John Deere 1300 series left-hand long side front axle. Here's our QC process and points. So, number one, bearing area on the top side. Number two, bearing area on the lower side. Here we can see where the bearing has failed one time and got into the housing. It's a little cosmetic issue. It does not have any function issue because I can see that the seal area is not grooved into. So you put new bearings on your kingpins, this is not even a factor. We can image it just so the customer knows. QC point number 3. There's a nut that goes up in here and a bearing. So anywhere there's a bearing, we want to do a spot check. Number 4, steering cylinder ends, pins. Rare that they're worn, but we might as well check them. We're already right here. Number 5, wear on the pin or wear of the housing. Number 6, again, bearing area, making sure that the race is not loose inside the housing. Make sure there's no major metal issues inside. That little oil port shouldn't be stopped up. This piece here is what holds that on, so we can cover that in that check. So I think we're at 6. Again, we got a bearing area and 7 bearing area. Here we can see where the bearing went out one time and the gear got into the housing. Again, the housing itself has a cut in it, but when we put a new bearing in it, there's no issue there. So we had a failure, put a new bearing back in it, and everything will be good. Always want to check our bolts, and bolts should always go back into the hose. They did not go back in here. Our dial pin areas, making sure that there's no wear, no issues there. And here's the boat example. These bolts should just go right back in. Makes it easy. If customer needs them, he's got them. If we need them in a rebuild shop, we got them. And if for some reason it got set outside, then we don't have a thread issue. So bolts should always go back into whatever they came out of. This QC process, as far as we're checking on the kingpins, can be used on just about any mechanical front axle. But specifically, this is the 1300. It's the exact same thing on the short side of it. Again, we can see where it's gotten cut into, but it didn't get into the seal area, so it's going to be good. Here we had a pin in there, so I can see that it's nice and tight. So that's how you check the axles, make sure that they're good.